Okay, this is a simple video on fridge. Everything works, but it's not cooling down. Let me show you something. Now, right now, I'm just gonna do strictly one of the simplest things that can be wrong with the fridge that goes out on you. You might have a technician come out and tell you need a new board, but first, always look at this. This is the most important thing. We're gonna come back to the back. We're gonna take this screw out and this screw out. The simplest tool to use is a 1/4-inch nut driver, but I'm a drill guy. You might have a couple more screws than me. I lost a couple of them, so that's all I have. Now we're gonna come over here to this side. This is our compressor, all right? It's plugged in right now. We can't hear it humming. There's no vibration and it's cold. That means the compressor is not kicking on. We're gonna go over here to this side of it, and this is a relay, all right? So we're gonna pull this bracket off. Then we're gonna wiggle the relay out, all right? If you don't have a multimeter, the best way to test this is to shake it. I'm doing this for demonstration only. This is a good relay, but usually when they're bad, you'll hear them rattle, all right? You can also test it with a multimeter. Then all you're gonna do is look up the model, right? Look up the serial number, model number, whatever. Go to Amazon or eBay, whatever, buy a brand new one. You can get like 2 for $10, something like that. They're super cheap. But anyway, we're gonna put this back in, and all it does is just plugs right in. It's very, very simple. Then we're gonna put the bracket back on. I also hear a whole lot of technicians coming out and saying the compressor is bad. These compressors last for 30 and 40 years. I'm not saying they don't go bad. I'm just saying this is the most common fix if your refrigerator goes out and stops cooling, but it turns on and everything else works fine. All right, let's plug it in and check. And I don't know if you can hear that now, but our compressor is humming and it's we got a small vibration, so we know it's on. Now, if you made it this far, I'm also going to give you another tip. I just didn't want to run out of time. Always, always, always make sure this is cleaned out. The back of this panel right here, see how this is starting to get dirty again already? Your fridge has to be able to breathe. So a quick rundown of how the fridge works. Behind that panel right there is a cooling element that gets colder than the air around it. So you'll get a frost buildup on the cooling element. After it gets to a certain temperature, there's a heating element around the outside that turns on and it'll melt all that frost. As the frost melts, it comes right down this little tube right here and then comes out into this pan. Then from that pan, it gets evaporated by the evaporator fan right there. So you have to make sure this is never clogged up. I'm just saying, we all got to look out for each other. So, I'm hoping somebody can learn something. If not, save some money, something.